about communication. Yesterday, a person very close to me told me to my face, straightforwardly, your videos suck. Which I must, of course, I'm obliged to recognize that it is true. It is true. They do suck. Nevertheless, I keep doing them. Yeah. And this whole thing of communication, I believe I am maybe better at understanding it than at making it. Have you ever felt this about certain area of knowledge, of a certain area of technical expertise, technical know-how? Nevertheless, I keep doing these videos. One of the things she pointed out was they're too long. The issue interests me, but I don't have time to be staring at a 18-20 minute video. Unfortunately, things are like they are nowadays. Although I must confess that I myself am a big fan of long videos. I remember when I used to listen to Joe Rogan podcasts, and he goes for 3 hours sometimes, and I enjoy it. Of course, I am not watching it. The key thing, I don't think you should watch these. You should maybe listen to it while you're doing something else. At least this is what I do, and I hope deep inside in my head, I hope that people do the same. Nevertheless, I think the evaluation of the quality of my videos was accurate, and I must be aware of my limitations all the time. I think if everyone would be aware of their limitations all the time, we wouldn't have so many shit going on in the world. Nevertheless, here am I for another video, and today's topic is about communication, and especially the communication about the elections, like marketing for electoral campaigns. We just had this European elections, and we are watching a steep change in the way that things are done, at least here in Portugal, in the way things are done. For example, the formal way of talking is being abandoned more and more, and the candidates give way to this informal kind of videos where sometimes they simulate conversations to get to their point, of course, or they even make small theaters or small movies with characters on it, fiction movies and the like. But I have nothing against it. I mean, as long as you get your message through, I mean, I think anything goes, really. It's a form of art, right? You are being creative. You are using the tools at your disposal to be creative. But having said this, what I see is that the content of these creations is, while the format is very it can be creative, the content, the subject, the core, it's very poor. It's very childish sometimes. No offense to children. I do think children have higher intelligence than that, but they do tend to treat their electorate or the people they think that will like their message, they tend to treat them more and more like morons, like retards. No offense to anyone, but just to use the words. I grew up, my childhood was in the 80s. My my teenagehood was in the 90s, so I still use these terms. Forgive me if I am not political correct enough. I'm not into this woke shit. Just try to maintain the good sense, common sense. So they treat people more and more like they are retarded, like they are morons. They are very slow thinking people, and this is what I don't like, because this content, as any other content that it's served to the public, it always has a role of education, a role in forming your character. And so when you are degrading your ways towards your fellow man and woman, you are setting an example. And of course these kind of things were also done in the past, but in the past they didn't become viral. They, like, you maybe see a stupid clip on television and that's it, right? People talk about it a little bit in the cafes or at the workplace, but that's it. But now you have mass production of stupid content. Mass production. People who do not like me saying this might judge me for that as well, might say, hey, your content sucks too. I'm okay with that, with those critics. I'm really okay. You can tear this content apart, please. The comment box, always uncensored, always 100% without restrictions. It's free. Of course, there are some exceptions to this rule, as you all know. And yeah, so think about it. It's like, first you have decades of degradation of the public school system, and then you have, on top of decades of domination by this consumering capitalism, where the marketing ideas flourish like mushrooms in a dark cave. Let's put it this way, trying to translate the Portuguese saying. And the easy message, and also the news outlets give way, they give up informing people to become a business, to attract people with easy messages, fake messages, surprising messages. Forget about the content, forget about if it's true or not, forget about your code of, the code you must follow when you have a certain job. I don't remember the word. That you have to honor. True to that. You have to be true to that. They forget about all that, and it's just anything goes now. Anything goes. Use all kinds of language, the shittiest message, the shittiest examples, and that you keep being bombarded by that. Keep being bombarded. It's like, imagine yourself, because culture, this is part of culture too. It's not only going to museums and theater that is culture. It's everyday life production makes a culture, right? So imagine, and the culture we have nowadays, if you can compare it, for example, with food, imagine yourself having a diet, forced diet of chips and hamburgers every single day. What would that do to you? So, what does this do to your brain? today I end abruptly like this. I hope I see you on the next one.